It's been a heck of a while since the first Avengers movie, but we finally got Thanos as the main villain in these very highly anticipated films, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. I don't know about you guys, but I'm stoked to talk about the movies that may be known as the greatest Marvel movies of all time. You may have seen the former, and the latter is still newish, so I'm announcing a major spoiler alert for you viewers. If you have not yet seen these films, please stop watching this video and don't come back until you've seen these movies, because if I spoil them for you, then I would feel like I'm a bad person, and I don't want to be a bad person. If you're prepared, then I'll start the review. Hey, I'm Owen, the fiction fanboy, and here's my double review on Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Infinity War begins where the mid-credits scene of Thor Ragnarok ended. There, Thanos reveals himself with the Power Stone in his gauntlet. Loki gives the Space Stone to Thanos only to get killed off. Thor is left in space, and Hulk ends up crash landing at the Sanctum Sanctorum. Bruce Banner tells Doctor Strange and Wanda that Thanos is coming. Tony Stark gets the memo about the Infinity Stones and what Thanos plans to do with them. And two of Thanos' children arrive to steal the Time Stone from Strange. Even with help from Spider-Man, the henchmen took Doctor Strange, but couldn't get the Time Stone because magic. Iron Man and Spider-Man managed to get onto the spaceship so they could rescue the Sorcerer, and Bruce contacts Steve Rogers so every hero will know what's going on. The Mind Stone is in Vision's forehead, and that's why two different children of Thanos ambush Scarlet Witch and Vision. Luckily for the heroes, Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon aided Scarlet Witch and Vision, and they try to figure out how to keep Thanos from getting his hands on the Mind Stone. The Guardians of the Galaxy finally get on screen, and guess who they bump into? Yep, Thor. The son of Odin tells the Guardians that Thanos is going for the Reality Stone. Gamora wants Star-Lord to kill her if Thanos gets her, but Star-Lord loves her, so that's kind of a problem for him. Rocket and Groot aid Thor since he desires an axe that'll kill Thanos. The other Guardians encounter Thanos with the Reality Stone in his grasp. The villain gets his daughter, and unfortunately for Peter Quill, Thanos used the Reality Stone to prevent Quill from killing Gamora. Thanos has his other daughter, Nebula, captured, and now we know where the Soul Stone is. Red Skull, the guide to the Soul Stone, tells Thanos that he needs to sell the soul of someone he loves to get the Soul Stone. You heard that right. A soul for a soul. Thanos murdered his daughter to get the Soul Stone, and he made it clear that he loved her. Nebula escapes and asks the other Guardians to go to Titan. Once Doctor Strange was freed, he, along with Iron Man and Spider-Man, meet Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis. They came up with a plan to get the Infinity Gauntlet off of Thanos' hand, and when it looked like it was going to work, Peter shoots Thanos because Nebula told him that Gamora is dead because of the villain. Quote, Star-Lord's plan, unquote, failed because of him. Thanos came close to killing Iron Man. That wasn't until Strange surrenders the Time Stone to Thanos. On Wakanda, Captain America, Bucky, Black Panther, Bruce Banner and the Hulkbuster, Thor, Rocket, and Groot fight a huge army of monsters. The good guys were unable to remove the Mind Stone without killing Vision. The Scarlet Witch kills Vision along with the Mind Stone. However, Thanos had the Time Stone with him, making it possible to undo Vision's death and take the Mind Stone to complete the Infinity Gauntlet. Thor used his new battle axe to try to kill Thanos before he snapped his fingers, but failed since he should have gone for the head, and Thanos successfully wiped out half of Earth's population. Oh boy, there was no more Scarlet Witch, no more Bucky, no more Black Panther, no more Star-Lord, no more Drax, no more Mantis, no more Doctor Strange, no more Falcon, and I can't believe Disney had the balls to kill Spider-Man, who was the youngest Avenger to die. Disney, I thought you knew better than to kill off teenagers. And yeah, I knew he wouldn't be dead forever, since we know what the next Marvel films were. Thanos is now on a different planet. Maria Hill dies as well. Nick Fury also dies, but managed to make an emergency call before turning to dust. This movie truly lived up to the hype, and I was aware that the Avengers wouldn't win this time since this movie was
was originally going to be known as Infinity War Part 1, and Endgame would have been called Infinity War Part 2. There were a lot of good jokes that kept this movie from being super dark. All of your favorite actors and actresses get their moments, and this movie made over $2 billion in the box office. I pretty much cried about the deaths, and the memes, you should have gone for that head, and I don't feel so good live up to this day. We had to wait another year to see how the Avengers saga would end, and since I said everything I needed to say about Infinity War, I will review Endgame now, and I'll tell you my score at the end of this double review.
The final installment of the Avengers franchise picks up where Infinity War ended, with people turning into dust. Hawkeye had to learn what was happening to half-of-life the hard way. Tony Stark and Nebula are still in deep space, and the former doesn't have a lot of resources to keep him in good condition for long. Captain Marvel was able to rescue the two, and was able to regroup with all the other surviving Avengers. Most of the Avengers have found Thanos, who tells the heroes that he destroyed the stones because he no longer needed them. Thor is mad about the information they received, so he did what he has been dying to do for some time: murder him. And this time, he went for the head. Half a decade after the death of Thanos, Ant-Man managed to escape the quantum realm. He explains to Captain America and Black Widow that he had only experienced 5 hours of being trapped in the quantum realm. Thus, the idea of time traveling using the quantum realm to prevent Thanos from wiping out half of Earth was made. First, some of the heroes ask Tony Stark to help with the time travel project. Tony refuses until he had a little talk with his wife, Pepper Potts. Professor Hulk, a merge of Hulk and Bruce Banner at the same time, is introduced to the MCU, and while that is fascinating, I think I'll call him Brolk just to make things simple. Anyway, Brolk and Stark successfully have made a time machine so they can bring back every friend, family member, and all other humans that went away because of decimation, aka the snap. The Avengers needed Thor, who is the most depressed about Thanos winning, and, well, you know he's been addicted to if you saw the movie. Hawkeye, who's been murdering those he believes should not have survived decimation, also gets back on the team to get the Infinity Stones in the past. Each Avenger had a role in the time travel mission, and Banner was face-to-face with the Ancient One who explains the consequences of time travel and the Infinity Stones. Banner manages to get the Time Stone, Captain America was able to get the Mind Stone, but had to go even further in the past for the Space Stone since 2012 Loki escaped the 2012 Space Stone. Rocket and Thor go to Asgard in 2013 to retrieve the Reality Stone, and Thor gets to meet his mother, but not for long. At least he was able to get his original hammer, Mjolnir, back. Nebula and James Rhodes travel to Borag in 2014 so they can get the Power Stone before Star-Lord gets his hands on it. Nebula wasn't so lucky since past Nebula showed Thanos the future where he was killed off. When going back to the present, little did Rhodes know that 2014 Nebula took present Nebula's place. Hawkeye and Black Widow arrive on Vormir to get the Soul Stone, and Red Skull had to say is a soul for a soul memo. Hawkeye refused to believe that bullcrap, but they had to believe him, so they fight for who dies and who goes home with the Soul Stone. Black Widow died, Hawkeye got the stone. All the stones have been acquired, they get placed in the Stark's version of the gauntlet, and Brolk decides to snap his fingers to bring back those who died due to the decimation. Before any of the once dead good guys could come back to life, 2014 Thanos arrives, thanks to 2014 Nebula. The final battle has begun, and all your favorite characters that were snapped to death are back. The good guys had to keep the gauntlet away from Thanos, and even the heroines get a moment. Just when things might be over for the good guys, Thanos didn't notice that the Infinity Gauntlet had no stones whatsoever on it. Iron Man reveals the stones to Thanos, says his last words, and snaps Thanos and his army to death the way Thanos did to half of Earth. Sadly, that snap costed Tony his life. The funeral for Stark happened. Peter Parker was the most sad about it. Thor makes Valkyrie the new ruler of New Asgard and joins the Guardians of the Galaxy. Peter Quill searches for 2014 Gamora. Steve Rogers returns the Infinity Stones to their rightful places and times, and an elderly Steve Rogers gives his shield and mantle to Sam Wilson. Endgame was the longest movie I have ever seen in a theater, and it was worth the 3-hour watch. Seeing the Avengers desperate to stop the greatest villain in Marvel was entertaining. Thanos had good motives to stop overpopulation, making him the best villain in the MCU. All the cast members, especially Robert Downey Jr., the man who started the cinematic universe, had the greatest moments. Again. Some tears were shed. Any complaints I have with the movies are nitpicky, and this movie made even more money than Infinity War. There was no post-credit scene in Endgame, but hearing the hammer bang the same way from the first Iron Man movie is a really great callback. If I were the judge at the Oscars, I'd just make Endgame Movie of the Year right now. Both Infinity War and Endgame lived up to the hype, so they both get 5 stars. Even though the Avengers franchise has come to an end, I look forward to seeing Spider-Man Far From Home, as that will truly conclude the MCU, can serve as Endgame's post-credit scene, and start the next phase for Marvel movies. Very well. What are your thoughts on Avengers Infinity War and Endgame? Let me know your thoughts on Infinity War and Endgame in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And good night-o.